Hey guys, I'm Justin Robinson. I'm a Project Lead the Way teacher here at Bluffton High School in Beaufort County, South Carolina. And I'm here today to tell you a little bit about 3D printers and help you make some decisions that are really tough about how to buy which machine would be best for your district or your school. I've been using 3D printers for over 20 years, starting back when I was in high school. And I got my first 3D printer for my classroom 9 years ago, which was a Dimension 3D printer, about the size of a refrigerator and close to $50,000, about a little more industrial type use. Now we've got printers that range anywhere from a couple $100s up into the thousands that could be great for your students and your STEM programs all over the country. Some of the things that you need to think about, this is a very tough decision to make for districts. And there's so many things to look at when you're trying to pick out which printer is going to be best for you. So I'm going to give you a couple of key points that you need to think about when trying to pick yours out. First of all, you want to look at the company. We've got several companies. I've got 3 3D printers sitting here that I use in my classroom, the MakerBot, the Cube, and the Dremel. These are 3 very different companies, very different aspects of what they do and where they started and where they're going. But you want to make sure that you pick a company that's going to be around, it's been around, and you're going to be able to get support for your machine for years to come. This is a fairly big investment. You don't want to put all this money into the machine and then the support not be there when you need it. The next thing that you need to look at is the ease of use. I need something that's not necessarily for me. Like I said, I've been using the printers for over 20 years. Not a big deal for me. Coming from an engineering background, I understand how these work and could use them just about any printer you threw at me. But we need to find something that any teacher could take it out of a box, put it to use in their classroom fairly easily. And that doesn't mean that you're buying it just for me. If you're buying this for your school district or for your school, think about down the road. Don't just think about what you're buying it for right now, because you may not be the one that ends up the only one using this. The next thing is the company tech support. You want to make sure that when you call or email somebody about one of these machines, that they're going to respond back to you or give you some video tutorials, show you how that you can use this or what the problem is, give you some troubleshooting to go by. Because I can tell you now, being in education, your tech department is probably not going to help you with these machines. And they don't have time to look at 15 different machines. So that kind of leads me into my next point of what machine will work for every school from elementary, middle, and high school, not just the high school level engineering class. We need something that everybody can use. So that's something to definitely think about as well. I do technology training all over the country, and I was just talking to a lady at a technical school last week, and she was telling me that she had $12,000 to spend on 3D printers and wanted to know what I thought she should buy. And I had to ask her at that point, what's your goal? And we need to think about what our goals are in our schools. Because if we're trying to make an industrial part that can be used and used as a real prototype, working prototype, and make the best product possible, maybe we need to spend $12,000 on a machine. But I told her I think it would be far better spent to buy 10 machines and let each student or each a group of students use the machine on their own. So if we're looking more at exposure, then we can find a machine that much better fits our needs than spending a whole lot of money on something that's going to make a highly detailed and usable part. And we'll get into in other videos what different types of materials are used and why we would pick one over the other. There's so many different things to look at in those areas that get very technical, and we'll look at those a little more. So, nuts and bolts of what I'm trying to get at here. I've been using these printers for quite a while. I have 3 in my classroom, the MakerBot, the Cube, and the Dremel. I know there's several other options out there for 3D printing that all have their ups and downs, bonuses. But after using the Dremel 3D40 for a year, there's no doubt in my mind that this machine would be the best fit for most schools. It's enclosed, it's very simple to use, great tech support. It's backed by the company Bosch, which is not going anywhere anytime soon, and their tech support's been great. Okay, as you can see, I have both machines running. The Dremel's running right now. It's very quiet. This is a big plus inside of a classroom. The MakerBot's about to start. Once it starts, you'll definitely hear it start up, and it's not enclosed. It's much more of a distraction for my students in my course. When you have your options of buying these 2 printers, the Dremel is well under half the cost of the MakerBot. And I would say it's a much more high quality machine. I've had many less problems with the extruder actually clogging. While the two machines are running, I want to talk a little bit about other things that you may have seen and thought about while you're looking at 3D printers. They have heated build plates. They have different types of extruders, different types of materials, all these different types of machines. Again, I warn you to look at the company profile, look at what's out there and what kind of support you're going to get. How many teachers are going to be able to use it? Simplicity, uniformity through your school or school district. What's your real goal in 3D printing and getting it started in your classrooms? And what kind of distraction could these machines be in your room at the same time? You can hear the MakerBot running. The 3D40 is fairly close to the same volume as your regular printer running in your room. So lots of reasons why I would pick the Dremel 3D40 over any other 3D printer that I've seen out on the market right now. Please feel free to email me, shoot me any questions or comments you may have about the different machines. Thanks for watching my video.